Greetings. This is the man who pretends to be Charles Darwin, and I'm speaking to you from rural Oklahoma. Actually, I'm a descendant of Cherokee Indians living in Oklahoma. My grandfather was named Ed, and he was my Cherokee grandfather. He had a sister named Amelia, and it's her story that I want to tell you about today. It's a story of natural selection and that story of compromises. That's what natural selection is about. It's about compromises. And the particular compromise I want us to think about is childbirth. Childbirth is a dangerous process, and frequently, before modern medicine, women would die during childbirth. And this is because of two conflicting sources of natural selection. In our lineage, not necessarily in others, natural selection has favored intelligence, that is, having brains that are as big as possible. And most of this brain development occurs during fetal development and during the growth of children. As a result, the baby's head just barely fits through the birth canal. Natural selection is also favored in our lineage, not in others, upright walking, bipedalism. It is not a very efficient form of walking. Almost the slowest four-legged animal can outrun the fastest human on two legs, and yet it has been an advantage, we're not sure why, in our lineage. But these two things contradict each other. In order for a woman to walk upright, she has to have a narrow birth canal. In order for her to successfully have children, she has to have a wide birth canal. And compromise is reached between these two, but it's a very painful compromise that frequently has resulted in past before modern medicine, the death of both a woman and a child. That's what happened to great aunt Amelia, the sister of my Cherokee grandfather, Ed. She died during childbirth shortly after this picture was taken. And so many of the compromises that result from natural selection are painful, but they are not a curse from God, the way the book of Genesis says, nor is it a curse from evolution. It's the result of compromise. It's a practical compromise, but frequently a very painful one. And this is what I think about when I remember the great aunt whom I never met. This is the man who pretends to be Charles Darwin. Tally ho, and amen.